Hello everybody and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Sao Paulo here in Brazil, and we are gearing ourselves for a PvP, the very first PvP of the tournament.
But not the last.
You never know.
I know.
In a crazy change of events, it could be the last PvP of the tournament. Nothing is guaranteed. I mean, of course with Hero and MC it's possible, but it could be very well the only PvP of this tournament.
Okay. I feel like it's very unlikely. You know, we had a PvP in the last finals in Singapore, and
yes,
there could be a PvP here in finals too. There is a few Terrans that's...
A few?
Well, there's a lot of Terrans that are ready to be here and stop this, but it could happen here again.
But I've read on the interwebs that Terran has no chance against Proto.
Oh, if you read about it on the interwebs, then...
That it must be true. That's what Albert Einstein always told me. Of course, it's going to be hellokitty versus MC, our second series of Group B over here at Sao Paulo. It's going to be the last group of today. Tomorrow we're going to have two more groups and two of the quarterfinals already, so this tournament is going quick. Well, wow, MC looks sharp.
He lost a bunch of weight. Don't try to escape, Rice. The cameraman who's going to follow you.
Of course, that is Rice, the former manager of SK, and now he's currently still the manager of MC, who's representing the esports group. MC has also tweeted, guys, I won't be joining a team, but don't worry, I don't really need a team. And hey, if I was MC, Johan, I don't think I need a team either. I'd create a team maybe if I feel like it. Like MC could be like,
man.
MC could be like Roman Abramovich of StarCraft, you know, that he just like gets a team as a toy and he buys a bunch of players for his own team. I think that would be cool. MC relaxed as always. He recently got a haircut. We got a haircut too. Oh, no, you didn't, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't trust the Brazilian
Still look good though.
You still look sharp, Johan. Of course, the Bastards himself, he wants to be, this is crazy, the very first player to win 2 IEMs. You know, it's crazy when you think about it, but no player has ever won 2 IEMs.
Really?
Yeah, that's so sick, because this tournament has been running over 3 years now, but no player has won.
That's how competitive it is.
Yeah.
Always new players winning the tournament means there is very high competition, and it's going to be no different. MC, I mentioned this before, but he had a great showing in the tournament that he played recently, in which he's in the finals right now. That was online, but that was one of the most impressive showing that I've seen. I'm not going to say even more than Hero, but probably at least as much. And going into this tournament, he's, in my opinion, one of the big favorites to make it very far. Now he's going to be against this guy here, hellokitty. I would say this guy is the underdog, but he's had some good results in the qualifier for this tournament.
Exactly, we were going over that a little bit, and you know, for a lot of people it was a surprise to see hellokitty qualify for the Intel Extreme Masters in Sao Paulo, and he definitely didn't have an easy bracket as he had to go up against State. In my opinion, the second best North American Protoss player there is. I think State is awesome. If you watch his stream, you will see how good State is. hellokitty was able to defeat him. After that, he defeated SWS, also a strong North American Protoss player, and after that he defeated Huck, perhaps the strongest North American Protoss player there is. So he came to Sao Paulo off the back of 3 PvPs. Now his first series in this tournament is going to be PvP as well. He's using that sexy Fnatic mouse. He has his pump on as well.
You know, today when he got here, the first thing he said is, this shirt makes me look buff.
And he said, I'm not that buff, which is a lie. hellokitty is very buff. He's awesome, man. Like in the old days, everyone said like, oh, hellokitty is kind of like the sickest cheeser. But the opposite is true. Like he can cheese, but he's also someone who can transition out of it. And you know, of course, as you said,
I think he plays very aggressive and cheeses very often, like more often than not, though. But if we look at his qualifier games, all the games were very close. 2-1 versus State, 2-1 versus Huck, and 3-2 versus Puck.
Oh, Puck it was. Sorry, he didn't play SWS. That was Puck who played him. Well, that's even more impressive, beating Puck as well. So he beats Puck, Huck, and State. I think widely considered to be the 3 best North American Protoss players there are. And PvP is crazy, guys. If one thing goes wrong early game, if you lose a Mothership Core while you're playing against some 3-gate aggression, you know, things can spiral out of control, and no matter if you're MC or not, you can still die to just simple gateway pressure. Of course, MC is probably not going to take too many crazy risks, not the same as he would take against a player perhaps like Rain or Parting or even later in this tournament Hero, but he can definitely not underestimate hellokitty because he's going to put up a good fight, I'm sure of that.
Yeah, what do you think we might see out of hellokitty? Do you think he might start with a bang here with some very all-in build that he commits everything to, or Does he respect MC and tries to play a little bit more safe and then see where that takes him?
Of course, the maps are going to be very important, Johan, and it seems to me that our first map is going to be played on Frost. One of the larger maps in the current map pool, not the largest one, but it is pretty large. It is in general considered to be a reasonable Blink Stalker map, but it's basically a map where you can do anything. A DT fast expand is good on it, a Robo fast expand is quite okay on it.
Yes.
And of course, Stargate play, you know, if your Oracle is able to do some damage, it is never that bad either. So I find it very hard to predict. I do think, however, he is going to be aggressive. MC on the other end, I think he's going to open up with a Stargate.
And as strong as the showing that MC had recently in the online tournaments that he played in, he beat a lot of top players, but the one PvP that he played versus Sase, he almost lost. Remember that match? He lost the first game, and then it was very... yes. So maybe hellokitty had the time to go and watch those VODs here. And if he's prepared, he could go for something similar with some kind of very quick Dark Templars to try and catch his opponent off guard. But MC, he definitely has to know a minimum about hellokitty, about his reputation. So where does he go from there? Does he still try to play a wild and unpredictable style, or does he play a little bit more conservative? I guess we'll find out in
It's kind of against MC's religion, though. MC and conservative. It's just not how he rolls.
That's like you not gambling or something.
Exactly, you know, those things just don't go through the anywhere. Some things are meant to be, and MC being a little crazy and aggressive is one of them. So we might see some, you know, explosions early on in the map, in the middle of the map, and that could also spiral out of control if both players decide to open up with a double gateway, which is, in my opinion, in the line of expectation. You know, if one player has his mothership core a little too far ahead and he loses it, and then one Stalker takes too much damage.
Well, why do you keep talking about mothership cores dying, man? That doesn't happen much.
It happens in my game.
All right, you know what? If I see a mothership core dying, I will respect you and I will say you were right. But I feel like it's a little bit unlikely. You know, when Stalkers and mothership core move out, it means the players went for double gate. Usually you don't move out unless you went for double gate yourself. And then the unit that you target is not the mothership core. That's why I'm a little bit surprised. It will be more like the Stalkers first. Then again, I think the time you will see a mothership core dying is like if someone sends it to scout and then he sees that it will be better to do a time warp plus kill a few probes here and there. So I guess we'll see. Frost will be our first map, by the way. Very interesting because 4 players map, and this is a map where if you want, you can go for a quick expansion to try and get away with it. Just because it's a 4 players map, you can get some sentries, and it's very close to your main also. So you can defend with sentries and mothership core. But these players, man, we've talked about it. They like the 1 base very much more so than the 2 base opener. What about you, Barty?
I like playing long PvPs. I
5 bases, 10 bases,
at least, you know, that's the minimum. I don't really want to win before that. Like, it's fun to be aggressive in PvP, and I do feel that whenever there is like a small chance to finish the game, often I'm like a little too trigger happy. I always try to win immediately, while sometimes it's much better to have some patience. But you know, in this level of play, it doesn't really matter what my experience is, because this is different. You're sitting in the booth, there's a lot on the line, you know, there are a lot of people watching. I think we're going to see, you know, hellokitty open up aggressively. I find it really hard to predict MC. I said Stargate before the game. I'm still going to go with Stargate, but probably not a super greedy Stargate, because there's no need for MC to take unnecessary risks.
We've seen MC open with some double gateway openers that he manages very, very well, except in the 1 game that he also against Dark Templar. So let's see that too.
Of course, over here in the right bottom side of Frost, our blue Protoss representing Team Fnatic. It is hellokitty, or we can just call it the kitty.
Or just kitty.
Kitty. Maybe he's like gonna meow once if he wins or something. I think that would be kind of cool. Of course, our red Protoss on the right top and left top side of the map is the most successful StarCraft 2 player of all time. He knows what it is to win an IEM. He even won the big one in Hanover in 2012. He got very close in an IEM Cologne stop as well, but back then Puma was too much. He is, of course, MC.
One of the rare guys to have his name on the IEM trophy. MC, man, I really want to see his opener here. hellokitty too, but I'm more curious about MC, because I feel like hellokitty is definitely going to be some kind of super aggressive 1 base, whereas MC sometimes, even though, you know, he likes to go for aggression, it's a little bit more calculated, you know. And I don't mean that in a bad way for hellokitty, but
I think you're underestimating him, yo. I don't think he's going to be that crazy on 1 base, because this is Frost as well. I think a lot of 1 base plays are not that strong on this map, unless your opponent just somehow messes up. But
true.
You can't really bank on
Blink.
you can't really bank on the fact that MC is going to mess up, but We will see, just a matter of time right now. The only thing we can do is speculate. Of course, the winner of this series will go on to face TLO, and the loser of this series is going to have to play Shakti, the Brazilian Zerg player, who put up a really good fight against TLO in the second game. I was happy to see that. Now, you know, a lot of people probably think like, oh, the Brazilians have been kind of pushover so far. I think game 2 Shakti showed that he, you know, he's capable at least of playing with someone like TLO. And I think tomorrow you guys are going to be quite surprised, because both Tunico and Kelzahur are excellent Brazilian players, and I hope that they will have a good showing.
You think they're the best too?
Yes, but they're going to have a really tough time because they're in the group with Hero and Paul.
Look at that probe. We are going to have something go down here, which should be a pylon followed by a Stargate. No, he's moving, thinking about the location. If this main gets scouted, I think MC does not want this to be spotted. He's thinking about it right now. Not sure he's gonna he's gonna go for it. At first I thought it's Stargate because of the position, but now I'm definitely thinking Twilights, because this is in the corner.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're onto something. Of course, DT Fast Expand is a popular build on this map, something that Deer used quite a bit back in the days of GSL when he had his great run. It would be so sick if hellokitty somehow scouts this, but he will most likely not send his probe in that deep. Sometimes you have to go in deep though, Johan.
You know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. hellokitty getting out of here now. Should be able to spot where MC is and what he's doing on the next location he scouts. But actually, the Mothership Core is going to be made first here by MC. So as quick as he wants to get that Twilight Council, he's still going to play it safe and get a very quick Mothership Core. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Stalker with this. Not a Sentry, because he wouldn't have the gas to make his Dark Shrine very, very quickly, which he's definitely going to want, because he's left his probe there. And if you go for Blink, you don't need to hide the Twilight usually.
And I think hellokitty might be aiming actually for some Stargate play, Johan, as we see the Stargate going back in his base. Of course, the Sentry and Zealot kind of gave that away. So it's going to be a Stargate opening for here for hellokitty, and then it's all going to come down to, you know, will he somehow have an idea what he's playing against? And is it only going to be a single Oracle? Will the Oracle be out of position? Will he be able to land a force field on the ramp?
By the way, does this game remind you of another game? I think this might be the way MC lost versus Sase. He moved out with some units, he was going for the Stargate, and then Dark Templars got into his main. We have the exact same build so far by hellokitty. Now, it's gonna be tricky for MC to scout successfully without losing his probe, because he doesn't know where hellokitty is. He knows he's on the right-hand side, but he doesn't know which base. So he's gonna have to turn around very quickly with his probe after he spots this Mothership Core, because if he loses that probe, he's gonna lose a lot of time. You see, the Dark Shrine is already halfway through down. So he should be throwing down a pylon very soon. Ooh, he turns around.
And you know, as crazy as it is, I actually think it might be good news for hellokitty that he opens up with a Phoenix, especially if he just reveals it immediately. 2 additional gates will go down in the main base of MC.
No Robo. And this pylon goes down as the Dark Shrine has about 75 seconds in, so he's going to finish at about the same time.
Johan, the Phoenix is going to fly right over that pylon, and that's such a big tell. There will be an Oracle behind this Phoenix, and this should be everything that he needs to know. It could still be gateway aggression now, but I think
6 minutes pylon usually, at least a lot of the time, is going to be for Dark Templars, so you should really suspect it.
Even though MC is selling this like a Blink Stalker aggression, if he doesn't cancel, but he won't cancel the Oracle. This is going to be kind of hard to hold for hellokitty regardless, though.
Yeah, and he's going to have an expansion behind this. If he holds, he's going to be in a great position now. Can he hold well enough? The Dark Templar is going to get in there. The Oracle's here. He's ready.
Start. Oh, good force fields as well. hellokitty on fire, son.
America.
This is what the kitty is all about.
Very good force fields here. Trapped 1 Dark Templar. But MC behind this, he has 2 more Dark Templars. What is he going to do with them? Does he get an Archon? Does he try to go for even more aggression? He's made a whole bunch of probes, but he's not throwing down a Nexus just yet. So he might go, I think he's going to go for a big Stalker plus an Archon possibly, but he's not making it just yet. I don't think he's waiting for the Oracle to run out of for the, basically, what is it called?
Envision. No. He's probably waiting for
there's going to be more
Photon Overcharge to run out. And actually, MC will have way more gateway units though, so this is going to be a tough hold for hellokitty regardless. Here come those Dark Templars. There's no Envision yet. There will be soon though. Second Oracle.
Ooh, he gets the trap on that Archon, and he's going to kill it before it finishes morphing. He could trap some Stalkers with some force fields. He has only 2 right now.
Yeah, but he doesn't have too many units. hellokitty has to play this very careful. Time Warp will go down. That means no Mothership Photon Overcharge for a very long time. MC might get the Nexus, Johan.
Yeah, this base might have to be evacuated right now. Yeah, there is the sentries. Oh, force field go down. And those units are going to be trapped outside. The Phoenix lifted that sentry, but it's useless at this point. There is no more energy on it. Probes are being pulled. And Kitty might be holding here.
Yeah, this is not all that bad. Yes, he lost the Phoenix, he lost one of the Oracles, but I think he bought enough time for his own gateways to finish, and he should be able to warp in enough units. It's all going to come down to micro now.
hellokitty is doing a decent job, but missing one of those force fields here. This is going to be pretty important. MC keep on stutter stepping, kiting those units, getting some probe kills. Actually, hellokitty is just one probe ahead of his opponent. He's going to get in there now. There might be a few two stalkers for him, and there's some zealots now. hellokitty has to be careful. He needs to pull back. Very micro-heavy game right now by those two players as MC goes for this very strong push.
Yeah, hellokitty forced to pull probes once more, will lose a few more. Right now we can see MC already in a worker lead, and he still has the stalker lead over here, even though that's about to even things up.
The units killed, man. 19 units plus 9 probes for MC, only 10 units killed by hellokitty. He didn't kill a single walker yet in this game. He's starting to fall a little bit behind on walker counts, and looks he's going to be Lexi's going to be able to hold this here in a second, but MC every single time with some nice force field, some nice micro.
It's so frustrating for hellokitty that he doesn't have a pylon on the low ground, because right now every single time his warp-ins come a little later than the warp-ins from MC, which is strange because he's supposed to have the defender's advantage.
Yeah.
Great micro by MC, saving the Stalker so far, getting the most out of his units, and he will have the unit advantage again, and he still has this pylon here.
Yeah, hellokitty keeps us. You see what the problem is? hellokitty doesn't have a pylon on his expansion, so he keeps on warping in units very, very far. And look at that Bustos micro, man, sniping more stalkers now. He's one stalker ahead, and he plans on using that very, very well. Behind this, hellokitty realized that he probably already kind of held this, even though at this point it's still looking very dangerous, so he remade an Oracle. Or maybe because he had lost both of the ones that he had before, he wants to have detection.
He needed to have some sort of detection, because if MC would warp in another Dark Templar, meanwhile this micro war is still going down, but MC is trading units for units and probes at the same time, so even if hellokitty holds, MC is pulling further and further ahead in this game. Right now he's up 18 workers.
MC right now saying to hellokitty, you might have the best PvP in North America, but I'm the both stars, man.
Even bringing the Mothership Core, he's not afraid anymore, not worried about oracles or anything like that. And MC takes a commanding lead here in game number 1.
Look at the saturation on his expansion in the meantime. He didn't even completely all in here. He was like, I'm just going to do some light pressure and kill him, I guess, because he just killed his opponent with this. Recall being used behind this. MC knows he's far ahead enough that he can just basically get anything on 2 bases, go for any timing, and he can finish the game. He's going to play it safe. He knows there's the possibility for some oracles. And hellokitty is so far behind now.
It was really unfortunate. I really feel if he had a pylon on the low ground, everything could have been different. Also, the force fields never really connected for hellokitty. He kept dropping like 1 or 2 force fields, and Kitty will call GG as he's realized that MC is just so far ahead economically. There's no way back in this game, and the Bustos will take a 1-0 lead. 1 pylon, Johan. It could have changed. Of course, it would still be hard because MC, when he's that aggressive, that was funny.
Cracking the neck.
It is really hard to deal with. Either way, I think hellokitty, he looked good for a while. And then MC, perhaps his experience and the micro kind of pulling through.
Experience in being the president really helped here. MC not losing to No Kitty.
MC's probably like, Hello Kitty? There's no way I'm going to lose to a guy called Hello Kitty.
Oh, Hello Kitty is really good.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't change the fact that he has a funny nickname. He might have 4 pins. I still don't think MC would take him serious. Let's go.
Some funny chat between the players. And hellokitty actually asked if he's allowed to watch the replay before the next game. I don't think that's the case.
I'm not sure. We have referees for that, Johan. We don't have to worry about that. I mean, it's kind of an unfortunate game for hellokitty because he was doing a reasonable job. And he was so close to holding, and there was this one moment where it was like 33 versus 30, but MC was still mining off 1 base. That second Nexus was almost finishing up, but MC just with some great micro, and you know, hellokitty had the force fields, but they were never able to actually trap anything. They were kind of random force fields, and it just like in. You know,
I really feel like, sorry to interrupt, but I really feel like what MC pulled off, you would never see like. Usually in the games on Europe or NA, like almost no Protoss would be able to pull this off. Maybe Naniwa, that's it. Would you agree? Like I played against a lot of good Protosses on Europe, but never do I see like such smooth micro and timing, like with the pressure with basically full stalker. So basically the entire read that MC had this game, that he could do this pressure and do a ton of damage, and at the same time macro just right to get enough probes so that he can get into a comfortable position heading into the later stage of the game.
Yeah, it was excellent. I never felt that MC was getting close to overcommitting, and he was always still able to get out of there. I do think maybe hellokitty shouldn't have dropped that second time warp, because the moment he would get a second photon overcharge down, which it's always close. If you can get a time warp, then buy 15 seconds and you have another photon overcharge, and that would really keep him safe, because then MC cannot just dance back and forth like that.
And I think the second Oracle, he could have sent it across the map, but keep in mind there was the Mothership Core back at home. He could have forced the photon overcharge and then come back later and force units being warped in the base of his opponent.
Yeah.
The original hold on the first Dark Templar was good, but keep in mind it was just one Dark Templar that he killed. Behind this MC, he had still a lot of units, and interesting choice. I will definitely try that. I'm sure I will fail. If somebody opens target and my first DT die, I will try to get a lot of Stalkers and pressure like this, because this went really well for me.
I even wonder what would have happened if hellokitty would have decided to drop a robo instead of those 2 additional gates. Then this push from MC would probably be even stronger, because he would have even fewer units to work with. Of course, Immortals are absolutely fantastic against Stalkers, but if it's just an Immortal and 2 gateway units, it's not that terrifying. Either way, great game by MC, great micro.
If MC hadn't gotten those 3 gateways, if he had just 2, he couldn't have done that.
No.
So he used the opener that he had gone for the best that he could, I feel. And that's a really good quality to have.
I must say, I love to hellokitty as well for reading pretty much immediately what was going on. Like when he saw the Stalkers and those Pylons go down, he could have still been afraid of maybe some Blink Stalker aggression, but he said, nope, I'm going to need the Oracle, and then like a few seconds later he saw the Dark Templar as well. That was very well done. Because it's not hard to panic in situations like this when there is so much on the line and you're playing on such a big stage.
At the same time, hellokitty is the king of Dark Templars, I'm sure, so he knows the timing that those Pylons go down. He recognized it. He's like, oh, that's my build right there.
And I mean, he defeated some really good Protoss players to get there, so he probably has, in general, a pretty good read on this matchup. There we go. Of course, over here in the left bottom side of Yangtze, which is going to be our second map. We didn't mention that just yet, but we just figured out a few seconds ago as well. It is going to be Fnatic's hellokitty. He put up a pretty good showing in game number 1. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough against the Bastards, but maybe something will be possible on Yangtze, which plays out very differently than Frost. And of course, over here on the right top side of the map, we got the Bastards himself spawning in red. He is MC.
I need to stop getting so excited for foreigners, man. Every time they get a good opener, it only goes downhill from there. As it did in the previous game and for Pug before versus Bomber. hellokitty needs more than a good start here. A good start would be nice, but he needs to stay solid throughout the entire game, and that's very, very hard to do against somebody like MC.
Yep. Just to fall back on something we mentioned earlier, of course MC could possibly be the first player to win 2 IEMs. The same can be said for Hero, so it is very possible, Johan, that this tournament, this IEM in Sao Paulo...
If they meet in finals,
that would be sick. They're fighting for the crown. Like, Hero could set the bar really high for being the first player to win 2 IEMs back-to-back. That's probably going to be very hard to, for anyone to re-accomplish. But of course, MC just winning 2 IEMs in general would be a great achievement. And it's been a while since MC won something, man. Like, of course, he's been around, and MC always does well. He has a lot of good tournament finishes, and I'm not going to talk him into a slump, because the opposite is true. I think MC is really strong right now, but it's been a long time since MC won a major tournament. I actually think the last major tournament he won was in 2012, unless you would consider the Red Bull Austin Battlegrounds, which I think was after IEM Hanover. But that wasn't as big yet as some of the Red Bull tournaments these days. So the last thing he won was in 2012, in March back then. And he got close, like GSL finals, multiple deep runs at other tournaments.
Yeah, WCS Europe.
Yep, those 2 second place finishes in WCS Europe. I mean, he's getting so close, but he hasn't won in a long time.
Very quick 2 guesses here by both players, but hellokitty doing 2+2, whereas MC went for the 3+3. So we could see some tech-heavy build here. Again, out of MC early on in this game. Possibly a target. He's going to go for the second gateway, which is always a good choice, I feel, in this matchup, if you want to be safe.
I think a Twilight behind this for MC. Okay. I'm not sure for hellokitty.
He didn't go for a scout.
No, because I guess he's opening up with 3 Stalkers and a Mothership Core, so he's like, that's going to be my scout. I'm going to be out on the map, and someone is going to lose a Mothership Core, Johan.
You want to bet on it?
If you give me odds.
No.
What's the line?
Third pylon going down for both players, and MC, the only player starting his Mothership Core so far.
There is a possibility for another gateway to be added as well. Of course, you know,
Yes.
MC could switch it up and once more put on some aggression, but this time not behind Dark Templars. Just some straight up 3-gateway aggression, but I think it's going to be 2-gate Twilight. If I know MC, if I know my boy,
Oh boy.
maybe 2-gate Nexus.
He's sending out a probe. I don't think he's for Nexus. Doesn't have the money yet, and he's still doing 3+3 on these guys. So third gateway here for MC. Hello Kitty, we should be seeing some kind of tech very soon here, as he's getting 2 additional Stalkers right now. And scouting all around his base. I really like the way Kitty has played this very safe so far.
Okay, so Kitty is going to be the one who goes for 2-gate Twilight. MC is going to be the one for 3-gate pressure. I kind of thought it was going to be the other way around. Kitty's going to have to play this safe, Johan. He's going to have to drop Photon Overcharge, and even after that, it's going to be hard for him to hang in there.
You know what? I think MC, because he won with just Stalkers in the previous game and some very heavy pressure, he's just like, I'm the boss toss, man. I'm just gonna do the same thing, but even faster this time and just win the game right away.
Wow, his warp gate technology is quite a bit quicker. Hey, he has a Stargate behind this as well, so this is 3-gateway aggression with a Stargate? What?
Yeah, this is very, very good against some quick expansion. Sadly for him, it's not gonna be what he's up against here, but Hello Kitty, he's gonna wanna have the Photon Overcharge on time, which he won't have on time right now. Almost 90 energy, but there is so many Stalkers already by MC. And he's gonna start warping in even more, very close to this.
Oh my god, the Mothership
You
Core.
called it.
This is what I mean, Johan. This is what I mean. He will wipe in a couple of Stalkers, but from this point on, MC is just going to have a Stalker lead. And as exciting as I would like to make this is going to be very hard for Hello Kitty. This is almost game over, Johan.
Usually in this kind of game, the Protoss that's stacking to Blink dies before he can even get it. I don't think he's going to be any different here. Hello Kitty trying to get a third gateway. He didn't even restart his Mothership Core. This point he's pulling probe. He's going to lose a ton of them. The boss toss gets in there. He's going to start sniping the Stalkers one by one. And he has the critical count that he needs to make that cost effective. Even if he gets surrounded here, I mean, he's already done the damage.
Yep, especially with that Oracle follow-up as well. Zealot being wiped in right now. No Stalkers remain. That's a sick warp in there for Hello Kitty. So he might be able to clean up these Stalkers, but as you mentioned,
At what cost?
Well, this is actually a really sick Zealot warp in, man. That was beautiful. Doesn't get much better than that.
How many probes? 20 probes left for Kitty, 25 for MC, who warps in some Zealots. He's going to try to get some snipe on these probes.
He can just put them half. Wow, that's a sick voice with as well.
Yeah, but he trapped some of these probes here.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of these probes will be trapped. Still, the Oracle as follow-up is going to be deadly, as there is a the second Oracle even in production depth as well. Right now, the only anti-air there is are 2 sentries. There is no gas for a
An Oracle is
Stalker.
going to fly in there. There is only 2 sentries right now. There is a bunch of Stalkers helping as well. I don't know, Kev.
Not that great, Johan. GG is called. MC will take the series 2-0, as he will move on to the winners match, where we can embrace ourselves for an excellent PvP between MC and TLO. I think that's going to be really sick. Unfortunately for Hello Kitty, you know, losing the Mothership Core, Johan, it's something we spoke about multiple times. It is deadly in this matchup.
Oh my God. Have you are saying out on the map though, more than inside of somebody's base.
You know, the base is in the map as well, if you ask for it. No, of course. Unfortunate for Hello Kitty there. This would be kind of a dicey scenario for him regardless, but if he brings the Mothership Core back, if he drops the Photon Overcharge, he buys himself a lot of time for Blink to almost finish up, get a third gateway himself, get some Stalkers out, maybe pull probes on the right moment. It could have actually turned into a real game, but if you lose your Mothership Core like that, it's just, you know, PvP is very unforgivable, man. One mistake and it's game over.
You seem to know all about it.
Oh, I'm often on the other side that has the one mistake. I get very angry.
I don't know, man. I lose without losing my Mothership Core, so I wouldn't understand. I lose all my units instead.
I mean, solid performance, of course, by MC. What do you think about the next series, Johan? Before we throw it over to commercial break, I want to hear your thoughts on MC versus TLO, because I think that's going to be sick.
You know, TLO has been known to be able to pull off surprises, in particular against top Protosses. He's beaten some very, very good Protosses, and sometimes with some unusual strategies and styles, like for example, a lot of Zerglings into bailing drops and all that to hold some kind of 2-base all-in. I think there was this one time he beat Squirtle with this kind of stuff. So here, definitely able to do it, but like I said, MC is my boy. MC is one of the big favorites here, and he's in a great shape, so it's going to be very hard for TLO to pull it off.
Either way, we might see TLO versus Hello Kitty later today as well. That's possible. Of course, Hello Kitty will move on to play against Shakti, who seemed to be pretty good. He put up a really good fight against TLO, especially on the second map on Heavy Rain. So I'm excited for the remaining games in are in Group B over here into Extreme Masters Sao Paulo. So we're gonna head over to a very small commercial break. We got 3 more best of 3s to go. Especially the next one should be really cool. So guys, stay tuned and don't go anywhere.